She was just trying to make rent, one delivery, one apartment, one signature. But when Maya Chen knocked on door 712, she heard something that would change her life forever. A gunshot, then crying. Not just any crying. 2 babies, screaming in perfect, horrifying harmony. And when that door opened, she saw a man covered in blood, holding twin infants against his chest, like they were the only thing keeping him alive. He looked at her with eyes that had seen death 1,000 times, and he said 5 words that would trap her in a world she never knew existed. Please, don't let them die. Maya Chen didn't believe in fate. She believed in tips, in 5-star ratings, in getting through her deliveries fast enough to make quota before her app penalized her. It was 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday in March. Raining. Always raining in Seattle when things are about to go wrong. She'd been driving for Uber Eats for 8 months. Ever since her graphic design freelancing dried up and her landlord started leaving notes that were less friendly reminder and more pay or leave. This delivery was simple. Thai food. Penthouse apartment in the Meridian Tower. One of those glass buildings downtown where the rent for a month could cover her rent for a year. Pad Thai. Spring rolls. Someone's late-night craving. The elevator ride up felt longer than usual. 70th floor. The kind of height where you forget regular people exist below you. When she stepped into the hallway, it was silent. Too silent. That expensive kind of quiet where even footsteps feel like a violation. Apartment 712 was at the end. Door slightly ajar. That should have been her first warning. She knocked anyway. Delivery for... The sound cut through the air like a blade. Bang! A gunshot. Close. Too close. Maya's body froze before her brain could catch up. Every muscle locked, her hand still raised mid-knock. Then the crying started. 2 voices. Tiny. Desperate. The kind of crying that claws at something primal inside you. She should have run. Every instinct screamed at her to drop the bag, sprint to the elevator, call the police, pretend she was never there. But the door opened, and she saw him. The man was tall, maybe 6'3", dark hair slicked back with sweat, or blood, she couldn't tell. His white dress shirt was soaked through, crimson spreading across his ribs like spilled wine. But it wasn't the blood that stopped her. It was the babies. 2 infants, no more than 6 months old, 1 in each arm. They were screaming, red-faced, fists curled tight. He held them like they were made of glass, his eyes locked onto hers, dark, hollow. The eyes of a man who'd already died inside but hadn't stopped moving yet. Please. His voice was rough, shredded. Don't let them die. Maya's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Her hand still clutched the delivery bag. Spring rolls. Pad Thai. This wasn't real. This couldn't be real. What? I don't have time. He stumbled forward, blood trailing. Someone's coming. If they find the twins, they'll kill them. I need you to take them. Just tonight. Are you insane? Probably. He almost smiled. Almost. But you're here, and they're out of time. Behind him, the apartment was chaos. Overturned furniture, shattered glass, a phone on the floor, screen cracked, buzzing with incoming calls that no one would answer. And in the corner, near the window, another man, slumped, not moving. Maya's stomach dropped. Did you? He tried to take them. The man's voice turned cold, empty. I couldn't let him. The babies kept crying, their little faces scrunched up in terror, like they understood more than they should. Who are you? He looked at her for a long moment. Rain pattered against the windows. Somewhere far below, sirens began to wail. Someone who made a lot of mistakes, he said. And these 2 are paying for it. I'm calling the police. Do that and we're all dead." Maya's hand was already reaching for her phone, but something in his voice stopped her. Not a threat, a fact, cold, certain. "What do you mean we're all dead? The people who did this—" He nodded toward his wound. "They don't leave witnesses. You knocked on this door. You're in it now." Her heart hammered. This was insane. This man was insane. She needed to leave. Now. But the babies. One of them locked eyes with her. Big brown eyes, still wet with tears. Tiny hand reaching toward her like she was a lifeline. "What's your name?" the man asked. "Maya. Maya." He repeated it like he was memorizing it. "I'm Roman, and I need you to listen very carefully." Roman stumbled, catching himself against the doorframe. The babies whimpered. "Here's what's going to happen," he said, voice tight with pain. "In about 3 minutes, men are going to come through that elevator. They're going to search this building. If they find me alive, they'll torture me until I tell them where the twins are. Then they'll kill me. Then they'll kill the twins. Why do they want? Because these babies are leverage." His jaw clenched. Their mother was important. And now she's gone. And certain people think they can use these two to control me. "Control you to do what?" He smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. "Things you don't want to know about." Maya's hands were shaking. The delivery bag slipped from her fingers, spring rolls scattering across the expensive hardwood. "I can't. I'm just a delivery driver." "Exactly." Roman stepped closer. She smelled copper and expensive cologne. "You're nobody. No connection to me. No reason for anyone to look at you twice. That's why this works." "What works?" "You take them. Tonight. Drive them out of the city. There's a safe house 2 hours north. I'll text you the address." "You'll text me? You're shot." "I've been shot before." He shifted, wincing. "This one's not even top 5. That's not reassuring. It's not supposed to be." He looked down at the twins. Something in his face softened, just for a second. "It's supposed to be the truth." The babies had quieted slightly, exhausted from crying. They blinked up at him with enormous eyes. They trusted him, completely. Who was this man? "If I do this," Maya heard herself say, "if I take them, what happens to you?" "I buy you time, lead them away, make them think the twins are already gone, hidden somewhere they'll never find. They'll kill you. Maybe. Probably. Yeah." He met her eyes. "Probably. So why? Because they're all I have left." His voice cracked, just barely. "And I've done enough damage to this world. Maybe saving them balances the scale. Maybe not. But I have to try." Maya looked at the twins. They were so small, so helpless. She thought about her apartment, her bills, her normal life that suddenly felt like it belonged to someone else. "I don't know how to take care of babies. Neither did I." Roman smiled, almost gentle. "You'll figure it out? What are their names?" "Sophia and Lucas." He touched their tiny heads. "She's the quiet one. He's the screamer. Don't let that fool you. She's tougher." Despite everything, Maya almost laughed. Then the elevator dinged. Roman's entire body went rigid. "Out of time," he whispered. "Side door, kitchen, fire escape, go." "I can't. Go." He thrust the babies toward her. She had no choice but to take them. They were heavier than she expected. Warm. Alive. Sophia grabbed a fistful of Maya's hair. Lucas stared at her like she was the answer to a question he didn't know how to ask. "There's a bag by the door," Roman said quickly. "Diapers, formula, everything you need for a few days. I'll contact you when it's safe." "How?" "I'll find you." Footsteps in the hallway. Heavy. Multiple people. Roman pulled a gun from behind his back. Black, sleek, very real. "Roman, go, now. Don't look back." Maya ran. She didn't remember getting to the kitchen, didn't remember the fire escape, didn't remember the 7 flights down, babies clutched against her chest, bag slung over her shoulder. She just remembered the sound. More gunshots, shouting, glass breaking, and then silence. Maya's car was a 2008 Honda Civic with a cracked windshield and a check engine light that had been on for 6 months. It had never felt more important. She strapped the twins into the back seat using the emergency car seats that had somehow been in the bag Roman gave her. He'd planned this, prepared for it. How long had he known this was coming? Sophia fell asleep immediately. Lucas stared at the window, watching raindrops race. Maya's hands wouldn't stop shaking. She pulled out of the parking garage and drove. North. Away from the sirens. Away from whatever hell she'd just stepped into. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Unknown. 4289 Clearwater Road. Town called Granite Falls. Key under the mat. Don't stop until you're there. Unknown. And Maya. Unknown. Thank you. She should throw the phone out the window. She should drive. Straight to a police station. She should... Sophia made a small sound in her sleep. Not quite a cry. Something softer. Maya kept driving. The highway stretched out like a promise. Or a threat. She turned on the radio. News. Always news. Breaking story tonight. A shooting at the Meridian Tower in downtown Seattle. Police are investigating. No details on casualties yet, but sources say... She switched it off. The silence was worse. Lucas started crying around mile 40. Full volume. The kind of crying that feels like it might never stop. Maya pulled over at a gas station. Fluorescent lights. Empty parking lot. One tired clerk behind bulletproof glass. She changed Lucas's diaper in the back seat using the light from her phone. She'd never changed a diaper before. It took 3 tries and a YouTube video. He stopped crying when she held him. Just held him. That's all it took. "Your dad's crazy," she whispered. "You know that, right?" Lucas grabbed her finger. His grip was surprisingly strong. "Or maybe I'm the crazy one." Sophia woke up, quieter, watching. Maya fed them. Bottles from the bag. Formula pre-made. Roman had thought of everything. Except how to keep himself alive. She checked her phone. No new messages. Nothing on the news about casualties. Was he alive? Dead? Captured? Why did she care? She didn't know him. He was a stranger. A probably criminal stranger who'd pulled her into something that would either get her killed or destroy her life. But he'd looked at these babies like they were his entire world. And he'd trusted her. Maya got back in the car and kept driving. Granite Falls was the kind of town that appeared out of nowhere and felt like it might disappear just as fast. Population 3,000. One main street. Mountains rising up like walls on all sides. Maya found Clearwater Road just before 3 a.m. A dirt path that turned into gravel, that turned into a driveway, leading to a cabin that looked like it came from a different century. Wood, stone, windows dark. The key was under the mat. Of course it was. Inside, the cabin was sparse but functional. 2 bedrooms, a kitchen that smelled like pine, a fireplace with wood already stacked, and a crib, already assembled, waiting. Roman had planned this down to the last detail. Who was he? Maya put the twins down. They were exhausted. So was she. She stood in the kitchen staring at her phone, waiting for it to buzz with answers. It didn't. Outside, the forest pressed close. Dark. Watching. She'd never felt more alone. Morning came too fast. Sunlight through the windows. Birds singing like nothing was wrong. The twins woke up crying for food. Maya stumbled through the routine. Bottles, diapers, holding them until they calmed down. She was exhausted, terrified, completely out of her depth, but they needed her. Her phone buzzed. Unknown, you made it. Maya's heart jumped. Maya, are you alive? Unknown, define alive. Maya, are you hurt? Unknown, I've been better. But they think the twins are in Vancouver. Bought us some time. Maya, how much time? Unknown, a week, maybe 2. Maya, and then what? Unknown, then I come get them. Maya, you mean if you survive that long? Unknown, optimistic. I like it. Maya, this isn't funny. Unknown, no, it's not. A long pause. Unknown, how are they? Maya looked at the twins. Sophia was chewing on her fist. Lucas was staring at a patch of sunlight on the floor, like it was the most fascinating thing in the world. Maya, they're okay. Safe. Unknown, thank you. Maya, who are you? Really? Another pause. Longer. Unknown, someone who used to be a lot of things. None of them good. Maya, that's not an answer. Unknown, it's the only one I can give right now. I'm sorry I pulled you into this. Maya, are you though? Unknown. No, because if I hadn't, they'd be dead. He was right. She hated that he was right. Maya, what's your real name? Unknown. Roman Volkov. Maya's blood went cold. She'd heard that name. Everyone had. If you lived in Seattle, if you paid any attention to the whispers about what really ran the city underneath the legal surface. Roman Volkov, the ghost of the Bratva. The man who'd supposedly disappeared 3 years ago after a war between families that left 20 people dead. The man the FBI called untouchable. The man who was, by every account, one of the most dangerous criminals on the West Coast. And she was taking care of his children. Maya. Oh my God. Unknown. You know the name? Maya. Everyone knows the name. Unknown. Then you understand why they'll never stop looking. Maya, you're a mobster. Unknown, I'm a father. Maya, you kill people. Unknown, yes, just that. No excuses, no explanations. Yes. Maya looked at the twins. They were innocent. Perfect. They didn't choose their father, but they'd spend their lives running from his choices. Maya, the twins' mother. What happened to her? Unknown. She was murdered. Because of me. Maya. By who? Unknown. People I thought were family. Maya. Why? Unknown. Because I tried to leave. And in my world, you don't get to leave. The pieces clicked together. A man trying to escape. A family that wouldn't let him. Babies used as leverage. A mother caught in the crossfire. And now, Maya. Maya. Why me? Why trust a random delivery driver? Unknown, because you had kind eyes, and because you were there, and because I'm out of options. Maya, that's a terrible reason. Unknown, it's the only one I have. Maya sat down. Her hands were shaking again. Maya, I can't do this. I'm not equipped for this. I don't know how to protect them from the kind of people who are looking for them. Unknown. You don't have to protect them from those people. Maya. What? Unknown. Those people won't find you. I made sure of that. You just have to keep them alive until I can end this. Maya. End it how? Unknown. By eliminating the threat. Maya. You mean killing them? Unknown. Yes. There it was again. That brutal honesty. Maya. How many? Unknown. Enough. Maya. Do you even have a plan? Unknown. Working on it. Maya. That's not reassuring. Unknown. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be the truth. Maya laughed. It came out harsh, slightly unhinged. Maya. You keep saying that. Unknown. Because lies get people killed. And I've lied enough for 3 lifetimes. Sophia started crying. Soft, needing attention. Maya picked her up, cradling her against her chest. Maya. How long? Unknown. What? Maya. How long until you come for them? Real number. Unknown. 2 weeks. Maybe 3. Maya. And if you don't make it? Silence. Maya. Roman? Unknown. There's a lawyer, Martin Keller. Contact information is in the bag. If I don't message you within 3 weeks, call him. He'll handle everything. Adoption, new identities, money, everything they need. Maya. You've already planned for your own death. Unknown. I planned for it years ago. The twins are just the reason I haven't gone through with it yet. The honesty was like a knife. Maya. They need you alive. Unknown. They need me gone. But I'll settle for keeping them breathing. Maya. That's not the same thing. Unknown. No. But it's all I can give them. Days became a routine. Maya would wake up to crying. Feed the twins. Change them. Play with them. Put them down for naps. Feed them again. Change them again. Rock them to sleep. She called in sick to work. Then she quit. What was the point? She couldn't exactly explain why she was 2 hours north of Seattle with 2 babies that weren't hers. Roman's messages came sporadically. Sometimes every day. Sometimes 3 days of silence. Each silence felt like death. But he always came back. Unknown. Still here. Unknown. Making progress. Slowly. Unknown. How's Lucas's rash? Unknown. Sophia still refusing the green baby food. He remembered details. Little things. Father things. Maya started taking pictures, sending them to him. Sophia smiling. Lucas grabbing his toes. Both of them sleeping peacefully. She didn't know why. Maybe because she wanted him to see them growing. Maybe because she wanted him to have something to fight for. Maybe because she was starting to care. Week 2, she took them into town, just to the grocery store. Normal, safe. An older woman approached her in the produce section. "Beautiful twins," she said, smiling. "How old?" 7 months. Maya lied. She didn't actually know. Roman had never said. "They look just like you." Maya's stomach dropped. "Thank you." She left without buying anything. That night, she messaged Roman. "Maya, someone noticed us. Unknown. What happened?" Maya. "Nothing. Just a comment. But it made me realize. I have no idea what to say if people ask questions. Unknown. Tell them you're their aunt, taking care of them while their parents work overseas." Maya. "People will believe that." Unknown. "People believe what makes sense. Strangers don't expect the truth to be complicated." He was right. But it felt like another lie in a growing tower of lies. Week 3. Roman's messages stopped. Day 1. Maya told herself he was busy. Day 2. She told herself he was being careful. Day 3. She started planning what to do if he never came back. Day 4. Lucas got a fever. It spiked to 102. Maya drove to the nearest clinic, 40 minutes away, heart hammering the entire time. The doctor said it was just a virus, normal for babies, nothing to worry about. But Maya held Lucas the entire drive back, tears streaming down her face, terrified she'd lose him. She didn't have a plan for that. Couldn't imagine it. Day 5. Still no message. She called the number for Martin Keller. "Keller and Associates. Hi, my name is Maya Chen. I was told to contact Martin Keller if..." "Hold, please." Classical music. Too loud. Then a new voice. Older. Calm. "Ms. Chen, has something happened to Roman?" "I don't know. He hasn't contacted me in 5 days. 5 days is within normal parameters." "Normal?" "He said he'd..." "Roman is executing a plan that involves significant risk. Communication blackouts are expected. Unless you receive word of his confirmed death, assume he's working. That's not... I understand this is difficult. But Roman chose you for a reason. He trusts your ability to handle uncertainty. He barely knows me. He knows enough." The line went dead. Maya stared at her phone. Day 6. Roman messaged. Unknown. Sorry. Had to go dark. It's almost over. Maya's hands shook. Maya, don't do that again. Unknown. Can't promise that. Maya, then promise you'll survive. Unknown. Can't promise that either. Maya, Roman. Unknown. But I'll try. For them. It happened on a Thursday. Maya was putting the twins to bed. Sophia fighting sleep. Lucas already down. She heard a car. Not the sound of a neighbor. Not the sound of someone passing through. The sound of someone arriving. Maya's heart stopped. She grabbed the twins, one in each arm, and moved to the back bedroom. Closed the door. Locked it. Her phone buzzed. Unknown. Don't be afraid. Unknown. It's me. She looked out the window. A black SUV. Expensive. Out of place. The driver's door opened. Roman Volkov stepped out. He looked different than that night. Cleaned up. Expensive suit. Hair perfect. The blood was gone. But his eyes were the same. Hollow. Haunted. Alive. Maya opened the door before he knocked. They stood there, staring at each other. "You're alive," she whispered. "Told you I'd try." She wanted to hit him, to scream at him, to ask him where he'd been, why he'd gone silent, how he could be so reckless with his life when 2 babies needed him. Instead, she stepped aside. "They're asleep." Roman walked past her, slowly, like he was afraid the cabin might disappear. He stood in the doorway of the bedroom, looking at the crib. Sophia and Lucas sleeping peacefully, completely unaware of the war their father had fought to keep them safe. Roman's shoulders sagged. "Thank you," he whispered. "Don't thank me yet." He turned, confused. "What?" Maya crossed her arms, all the fear, all the stress, all the sleepless nights crystallizing into anger. "You left me here, with your children, for 3 weeks. No real information, no backup plan except a lawyer I'm supposed to call if you die. You went dark for 5 days. Do you have any idea what that was like?" "Maya, no. You don't get to Maya me. You don't get to show up here looking like you just walked off a magazine cover and act like this was easy. I've been changing diapers and learning about formula and reading baby books at 3 a.m. trying to figure out if a rash is normal or if I should drive 40 minutes to a clinic that might ask questions I can't answer. I know. You don't know." Her voice cracked. "Because you weren't here. And I get it, okay? I understand you had to do whatever you had to do. But you left me. With them. And I—" She stopped. Tears were streaming down her face. "I was terrified something would happen to them. And I wouldn't know what to do. And you'd never know. And they'd—" Roman crossed the room and pulled her into a hug. She tried to push him away. But he held on. And she broke. All the tension, all the fear, all the impossible weight of the last 3 weeks. She sobbed into his expensive suit. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'm so sorry. You should be. I am." They stood there until she stopped crying. Roman made tea. They sat at the kitchen table, the twins still asleep, the cabin quiet. "It's over," he said finally. "What's over?" "The threat. The people who wanted the twins. They're handled." Maya didn't ask what handled meant. She wasn't sure she wanted to know. "So we're safe?" "You were always safe. They never knew about you." "Then what was all this?" "Making sure it stays that way." He sipped his tea. "And closing a chapter I should have closed years ago. Your family, not anymore." The words hung there. "What happens now?" Maya asked. Roman looked toward the bedroom. "I take them. Disappear. New identities. New life. Somewhere they'll never be found. Just like that. Just like that. And me." He met her eyes. "You go back to your life. with enough money to never worry about rent again, and a guarantee that no one will ever connect you to this. You've thought of everything. I try. Maya should have been relieved. This nightmare was over. She could go home, back to normal. But looking at the twins, sleeping peacefully in the next room. "Can I ask you something?" she said quietly. "Anything. Why not just fake your death 3 years ago? Take the twins and run then. Why wait until people tried to kill you?" Roman's jaw tightened. "Because I thought I could have both. My life and their safety. I thought if I played the game smart enough, I could protect them without leaving. But you couldn't. No. And their mother, Elena." He said the name like it hurt. She knew what I was, who I was. She thought she could handle it. Thought love was enough. It wasn't. It never is. Not in my world. Do the twins remember her? No. They were too young. His voice went soft. Sometimes I'm grateful for that. Sometimes I hate it. Maya understood. What was she like? Roman smiled. Sad. Stubborn. Brilliant. Too good for me. She knew it. I knew it. But she stayed anyway. He paused. She made me want to be better. And when they were born, I thought maybe I could be. Maybe I could be the kind of father they deserved. You still can be. No. He shook his head. The best thing I can do for them is give them a life where they never know what I was. Where they grow up normal, safe, away from all of this. That's not fair to you. Fair. He laughed, bitter. I've killed people, Maya. I've hurt people. I've done things that would keep you awake at night if you knew the details. I don't deserve fair. Everyone deserves a chance to change. Some of us are too far gone for that. Maya wanted to argue, but she'd seen his eyes, the hollow places where hope used to live. So what now? She asked. You just vanish? Take them somewhere and pretend Roman Volkov never existed? Something like that. And if they ask about you when they're older, if they want to know who their father was, you tell them I loved them. His voice broke. That's all they need to know. Roman left before sunrise. He held the twins for an hour. Just held them. Memorizing their faces. Sophia woke up and smiled at him. Recognition in her tiny eyes. Lucas grabbed his finger and wouldn't let go. Be good for her. Roman whispered. She's stronger than she knows. Wait. What? Maya stood in the doorway, confused. What did you just say? Roman looked up. I said be good. No. For her. You said be good for her. Silence. Roman. What did you mean? He stood slowly, still holding the twins. I can't do this, he said quietly. I thought I could. I thought I could take them and give them a good life. But I'd be running forever, looking over my shoulder, teaching them to hide, to lie, to live in fear. So what are you saying? I'm saying they need stability, a real home, someone who can give them normal. Someone like you. Maya's world tilted. What? I want you to keep them. Are you insane? Probably. Roman, I can't, I'm a delivery driver who lives in a studio apartment. You were. He stepped closer. But you kept them alive for 3 weeks. You learned, you adapted, you cared about them when you had no reason to. That's not the same as raising them. I know. But you could do it, if you wanted to. If I wanted to. They're your children. And I love them more than anything in this world, which is why I'm asking you to do what I can't. Maya's heart was pounding. This was impossible. Ridiculous. He couldn't just... There's a trust. Roman continued. $5 million. More than enough to raise them. House, education, everything. You'd never have to work again. unless you wanted to. You're bribing me to take your children. I'm offering you a life and giving them one. This is insane. Yes, you can't just walk away from them. I'm not walking away. I'm giving them a chance. His eyes were wet. Every day they're with me is a day someone might find us, might hurt them to get to me. I can eliminate threats. I can run. I can hide. But eventually, someone will find us, and they'll pay for my sins. So let me pay instead? No. He said it firmly. You get a choice. I'm not forcing this. If you say no, I'll take them. I'll do my best. But if you say yes... He trailed off. If I say yes, you disappear. Forever. Yes. And they never know you. They know I loved them. That's enough. It's not. It has to be. Sophia made a small sound, still sleeping, dreaming of whatever babies dream of. Lucas yawned, showing his 2 tiny teeth. Maya looked at them. 3 weeks ago, they were strangers. Now she knew Lucas liked to be bounced when he cried. That Sophia hated green baby food but loved sweet potatoes. That they both slept better with white noise. That Lucas grabbed everything, and Sophia just watched, patient, learning. She knew them. And somewhere in the last 3 weeks, they'd become hers. Not biologically, not legally, but in every way that mattered. I need time to think, she said. You have until sunrise. That's 2 hours. Yes, you're serious. I'm always serious. Maya stood outside, the forest dark around her, stars scattered overhead like dropped diamonds. This was insane. She couldn't raise 2 children. She barely kept herself alive, but she thought about the way Sophia smiled when Maya sang to her, the way Lucas calmed down when Maya held him, the way they looked at her like she was their entire world. She thought about Roman, a man who'd done terrible things, who'd killed, who'd hurt people, but who loved his children enough to give them up, who trusted her, a stranger, to give them something he never could, safety, normalcy, a life. Could she do this? More importantly, should she? Her phone buzzed. A message from her mom, halfway across the world in Taiwan. Mom, haven't heard from you in weeks. Everything okay? Maya smiled sadly. Her mom had raised her alone. After her dad left, no money, no support, just love and determination. If her mom could do it, maybe she could too. Sunrise came. Roman found her sitting on the porch, watching the sky turn gold. Decision? He asked. Answer me something first. Okay. Do you really think I can do this? Roman sat down beside her. I think you're terrified. I think you have no idea what you're getting into. I think you'll make mistakes, and second-guess yourself, and have nights where you wonder why you agreed to this. Not helping. But I also think you're stronger than you know. I think you'll figure it out, and I think they'll be lucky to have you. Maya took a breath. If I do this, and I'm not saying I am, but if, you have to promise me something. Name it. You stay gone. No checking in. No watching from afar. No suddenly showing up when they're 10 because you miss them. If you do this, you do it completely. Roman flinched, but he nodded. Agreed. And if anything happens to me, if I die or get sick or can't do this anymore, Martin Keller handles it. Not you. Agreed. And... Her voice broke. And you write them letters. For birthdays. For graduations. For when they're older. So they know you. Even if they never meet you. Roman's jaw clenched. Maya. That's the deal. Take it or leave it. He looked at her for a long time. Okay. Okay? I'll write the letters. Maya nodded. She stood up, walked inside, looked at the twins. They were awake, looking up at her, trusting, innocent. She'd never been more terrified in her life. "Okay," she said quietly. Roman appeared beside her. "Okay. I'll do it. I'll take them." He exhaled, like he'd been holding his breath for hours. "Thank you." "Don't thank me yet. I might ruin their lives. You won't." "You don't know that." "Yes, I do." He picked up Sophia, held her one last time, kissed her forehead. "Be good, little one. Be brave. Be happy." Then Lucas. Same ritual. "Take care of your sister, even when she pretends she doesn't need it." He handed them to Maya, their weight, their warmth, their trust. She was shaking. "There's paperwork," Roman said, voice thick. "Martin will handle everything. Adoption, birth certificates, everything legal. As far as the world's concerned, they're yours." "What about their last name? Chen, if you'll have them. Sophia and Lucas Chen. It's perfect." He moved toward the door. "Roman." He stopped. "For what it's worth, I think you're doing the right thing." "I hope so. And I think—" She swallowed hard. "I think you're a better father than you believe." He smiled. Sad. Broken. "Goodbye, Maya. Goodbye." He walked out. She heard the car start, heard it drive away, and then silence. Maya looked down at Sophia and Lucas. "Well," she whispered, "I guess we're family now." Sophia grabbed her hair. Lucas laughed. And Maya started crying. Not from fear, not from sadness, from something else entirely. The house was small but perfect. 3 bedrooms, a backyard with a swing set, a neighborhood where people actually knew each other's names. Maya watched from the kitchen window as Sophia pushed Lucas on the swing. Both of them laughing, sun in their hair, no fear, no shadows, normal. The doorbell rang, a package from Martin Keller's office, same as every year. Maya opened it. 2 letters, sealed, with names written in careful handwriting. "Sophia, for your 7th birthday. Lucas, for your 7th birthday." And underneath a note to Maya. He's still alive, still watching from a distance, still keeping them safe in the only way he knows how. MK. Maya put the letters in the safe, with all the others. Someday the twins would ask about their father. Someday she'd have to tell them the truth. But not today. Today they were just kids, playing in the sun, safe, loved. Everything Roman had, wanted for them. Everything he'd given up to make possible. "Mom!" Sophia called. "Come push us." Maya smiled. Mom. She'd never get used to that word, and she'd never stop being grateful for it. She walked outside. One knock on a door changed everything. One choice, one moment, one desperate man trusting a stranger. Maya Chen was just trying to make rent. Instead, she found a family. Roman Volkov was just trying to protect his children. Instead, he found redemption. And Sophia, and Lucas. They got the childhood they deserved, not with their biological father, but with someone who loved them just as much. Sometimes the right choice isn't the easy one. Sometimes love means letting go. And sometimes the family you choose is the one that saves you. If this story moved you, hit that like button. It lets me know you want more deep, emotional stories like this one. Subscribe if you haven't already, because next week I'm bringing you another story you won't believe. One that'll make this one look tame. And drop a comment. Tell me, would you have taken the twins? Would you have made the same choice Maya did? I want to know, because the best stories aren't just the ones we tell. They're the ones we live. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the smallest choices have the biggest consequences. Choose wisely.